Let me tell you about J.D. Vance's week. Well, first, let's skip back a couple years. Because as recently as 2023, J.D. Vance wrote an op-ed praising Donald Trump's reluctance to start foreign wars as, direct quote here, the enduring legacy of his first term. He built his entire non-memoir political brand on being the anti-intervention guy, the restraint guy, the guy who read too much and concluded that American foreign adventurism was the core problem, not the couches. Right, JD? Anyway, that was 3 years ago. That's forever ago, because this week, J.D. Vance is being trotted out as the more friendly and semi-competent public face of our illegal war in Iran that, by the way, 3/4 of Americans don't want. And again, Congress never authorized, and it's already cost us American service members. And it's a frantic message right now, because to manage this brand crisis, Vance has been threading the needle very, very carefully, because he's said all of these things in the past. So now he's suggesting that he's had reservations about the war, that he needed convincing, that this was a difficult decision for a man of principle who reads serious books and once wrote something about Appalachia. But Trump undercut him immediately. His response was to brag flatly that Vance, quote, did not take persuading. That's it. It's the whole thing. Trump threw Vance right under the bus. Vance was trying to protect his brand. Trump walked right over, stomped Vance's brand flat, just like running over a parking cone. And boy, does this get even better, because Vance went on record saying that the goal of this war wasn't regime change, that we were targeting the nuclear program, the one we destroyed last year, not the Iranian government. He was trying to limit the scope of the mission, trying to be precise about objectives, trying to be the statesman that will maybe run for president down the road. Of course, Trump then immediately posted MIGA on Truth Social, make Iran great again, explicitly calling for regime change. So then Vance had to explain on camera, his cattail between his legs, why the stated policy, the policy that he got out there and trotted out in front of the public, was not Trump's policy. This is the fundamental impossibility of being J.D. Vance right now, and it couldn't happen to a worse guy. Every time he tries to distinguish himself from Trump, even just slightly, even strategically, even just to preserve his options for 2028 in case he decides to run for president, that we all know that's the entire real plan. Trump notices it, he publicly contradicts it, and Trump, every time, reminds everyone who's actually in charge. Vance is out there doing a high wire act over a pit of boiling water, and the person holding the wire keeps announcing that the wire is fake. His original political base, J.D. Vance's, the anti-interventionalists, the America First, we don't do regime change, they're watching him sell this war that he once said Trump's greatest legacy was not starting. His boss keeps correcting his spin in real time on social media. And meanwhile, American service members are dead. And in all of this, J.D. Vance will look at Trump and say, thank you, Daddy. Because in Trump world, the only thing worse than being publicly humiliated by Trump is being publicly defended by Trump and then ignored for 6 months. At least being corrected means that he still exists and he still gets Trump's attention. And so far, the enduring legacy of Trump's second term, his curtains, his ballroom, the illegal war, $50 billion in bombs, and a vice president who is slowly becoming yet another cautionary footnote in the Trump tale.
They called it closed, filed away, forgotten. But some truths don't stay buried. Time doesn't erase guilt. A reckoning is always just around the corner. A death in Arcadia. Justice has a long memory.